I hope you like the drama. Our drama director and the one who played the predator, he's from South London, so you heard a bit of South London humor there. The point is clear. We are hankering for satisfying beauty. No one can live without beauty in their life. You'll find that even the poorest of persons have some little object in their dwelling that's meant to be pretty or attractive in some kind of way. Some or other human beings always want to be in contact with at least one or two things that are beautiful. Why is that? If you are just matter, if you're just a bag of chemicals, what's giving you this urge to contact beauty? Why not just be satisfied with ugliness? Everything grotesque. You'll find that even persons who say they're dedicated to ugliness and grotesqueness, they have just a different sense of what is beauty. The more grotesque something is, the more beautiful they think it is. So no one can get away from pursuing beauty in some kind of way. We have our eyes, our ears, nose, tongue, sense of touch. The senses. They are trying to interact with beauty, each in their own way. The eyes want to see beautiful forms. The nose wants to smell beautiful scents. The ears want to hear beautiful sounds. And the sense of touch wants to feel beautiful sensations. So the material dream means that we have a vision in our mind's eye. There's beauty out there for me. I'll connect with it. At least to some degree, I'll be successful. Maybe in every case, for each of your senses, you don't get the beautiful sense object of your dreams. But in some way, you see some beauty in whatever your senses are interacting with. You might notice, I've watched from the outside, that even when people go to McDonald's or Burger King, they see some kind of beauty in a Big Mac or... They appreciate all the artificial colors and all the artificial flavors. Some or other, you want to perceive beauty, hear beauty, smell beauty, taste beauty, and touch beauty. Otherwise, your life feels empty. That's why people appreciate the arts, whether it's pop or so-called classical art. They feel in some way that their life is richer. So in Bhakti Yoga, the top rung of the yoga ladder, we don't deny the quest for beauty. You see, sometimes people think that the spiritual quest means to annihilate all varieties of experience, to negate, nullify all varieties of existence. And in that way, you'll somehow or other unlock the real beauty, which is who knows where and how. Sometimes people even say, if you have real beauty, it can't be defined, especially in words. It can't be understood. This is just another way of saying, I don't know what real beauty is. But it doesn't sound good if you say to someone, I don't know what real beauty is. It sounds better to say, those who know don't say. Those who say don't know. Real beauty is beyond words. No one can speak about it. No one can write about it. In that way you sound very mysterious. And some people think that mysteriousness is very beautiful. The core of your being, the soul, will never be satisfied by that kind of word jugglery. You know, just like jugglers juggle oranges or juggling pins. Similarly, sometimes persons known to be metaphysical, known to be esoteric, known to be pursuing what's called the perennial philosophy. They're simply experts at juggling words. And because people lack knowledge of genuine spiritual science, people become impressed by those juggled words. Those who say don't know. Those who know don't say. Listen to the sound of one hand clapping. Our quest for beauty won't be satisfied in that way. Our core being is eternally beautiful, but we have lost track of our core being. As you saw in the drama, Liquid Beauty. The girl was offering the predator the real secrets of her beauty. The predator was after flesh, blood, and bones, but packaged most alluringly. So, why not just make it easy on him? Give him the liquid beauty so he can carry it with him everywhere. But as you see, he was repulsed. It was very obnoxious, very repugnant. The point is that we should think, what am I working so hard for? And working hard, according to the yogic text, doesn't just simply mean having a job. The characteristic of life in this temporary existence is hard work in terms of our senses struggling to connect with satisfying sense objects. Just like you saw in the drama, the predator was in anxiety. He's got to show up at the party on Saturday with someone, and he hasn't scored in a long time. When his best mate called up and said, you were out last night, did you get anyone? And so he lied. Yeah, the predator lied. She's in the shower right now, you can't talk to her. In so many ways, we put up a front, and that's hard work. We put up a front of being competent in this world, of being expert, of being able to navigate our way through material existence. But there'll always come a time when that front is smashed. If it doesn't happen before death, then death will be the defining moment, when the front collapses. When people are face to face with death, they're at their most vulnerable. They're totally helpless, totally powerless, dealing with something that they can't understand. It's just completely beyond them. They have no idea where they're going because they have no idea where they came from. And so they're just powerless in the grip of death. Actually, the yogic texts point out that that grip of death is a kind of beauty in of itself. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, in Sanskrit, Mrityu sarva chaham. I am death, and I take everyone away. So, the yogi can see beauty even in the deteriorating processes of material nature. The yogi can see beauty in a body that's aging, The yogi can see beauty in a diseased body. The yogi can see beauty in death. Knowing that all these bodily phases have a particular purpose in helping the spiritual development of the person. But if you forget about your spiritual identity, then old age is horrifying, disease is horrifying, death is horrifying. The true yogi, as Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, sees the equality of all living beings, never mind their karmic packaging. So the liquid beauty, that was a kind of karmic packaging. The happiness and distress that comes to your life, that's all the arrangement of karma. So the Bhakti Yoga texts explain that you cannot increase the amount of material happiness you're due in this lifetime in the slightest. You can't increase it, you can't decrease it. You're set up already based on what you did in your past life. All that you can do now is set up your next life. But as far as the measured amount of happiness and distress in this life, it's a done deal. Now some people say, oh, this is fatalistic. Does this mean we should just lay around and do nothing? They used to say that's India's problem, fatalism, and therefore it was economically a backwards place. Now that Indian IT people are all over the world, computer tech people are all over the world, no one says that anymore. In fact, they wish, why don't you go back to your country and be fatalistic? You're taking all our jobs. Taking all our call centers. So is it fatalistic to understand the beauty of time? In that it's time that dishes out your exact amount of happiness and distress that you're due. That's the beauty of time. Time is not simply observed by the movements of your wristwatch or your wall clock. No. Time is also indicated by the comings and goings of happiness and distress in your life. That's all dished to you by time. Take this happiness. How about a bit of distress? It's constantly coming by the delivery system of time. So the yogi can see the beauty and the justice in that system. Everyone gets exactly the amount of happiness and distress that they are due according to what they did in the past life. So for someone like the Predator, the South London Predator, so in this lifetime, he may be preying on the opposite sex for exploitation. So in the next life, the roles could be reversed. He could be the one who experiences what it's like to be preyed upon and exploited. As many young ladies as he's violated, because often these days there's forcible violation, date rapes, that's quite common. So in the next life, he could be the one